Okay, today we're going to look at how we solve linear equations. To solve linear equations, we create equivalent equations. So on both sides of the equal signs, if we change one side, we have to change the other side. So equivalent equations are created by adding a number to or subtracting a number from both sides of the equation. Or we multiply or divide both sides of the equation by the same number, as long as it's not zero. So let's have a look at some examples. If I have the equation x plus 2 equals 14. It's quite easy to see the answer just looking at it, but to use the correct formula, what we do firstly is we look at what signs use. In this case, it's a plus. If you have a plus something, we have to subtract it. So we subtract the same number from both sides. So in this case, it's plus 2, so we minus 2 from both sides. If on this side of the equation, I have x plus 2 and I take away 2, I'm just left with the x. And we have our equal sign. So on this side, if we have 14 and we take away 2, we have 12. So if you put that number, so x is equal to 12, so if you put 12 back in the equation for x, 12 plus 2 equals 14. That's straightforward. The next equation, if we deal the same thing with a subtraction, x minus 2 equals 14. The same process, we look at what the sign is. So in this case, it's a minus. So the opposite sign to a minus is a plus. So we add 2 to both sides. That effectively makes that 0. Plus 2 minus 2 is 0. And we add 2 to this side. We end up with x minus 2 plus 2, which leaves us with the x. And on this side of the equation, we have 14 plus 2, which is 16. We take this 16 here, so x is equal to 16. 16 minus 2 equals 14. Our equation's correct. That's subtraction and addition. When we go to multiplication, we'll start with 2x, and you know that means 2 times x equals 14. So we're looking at 2 times what number is 14. So what we do is we know it's times, so we divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 leaves us with x, and 14 divided by 2 leaves us with 7. If we substitute that in, 2 times 7 equals 14. Again, our equation is correct. And for division, x divided by 2 equals 14. We know that this sign here means that the top number is divided by the bottom number, so what we're looking for is what number divided by 2 gives us 14. So we're looking at doing the opposite, so it's multiply. This only works when the 2's on the bottom, so we multiply both sides by 2. And we get x divided by 2 times 2 leaves us with x. And 14 times 2 leaves us with 28. So we know that x is equal to 28. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. Correct. So that's simple one-step equations. I'll finish the other two-step equations in the next video.